Welcome to Darren 67 to 72. Hi, I'm Darren. Today working on a 1968 C10 in bright white. Yeah, I know. I got my other camera out today. I just want to do a quick midweek video because by the time I get to my end of week video, which I normally send out, I end up telling you guys what I did all week rather than showing you. And next week, I really want to start doing some assembly on the front of this truck. I think it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be cool to see it come together. I can start seeing what bolts I have, what I don't have, what I need to order. I want to check and see how this wiring on the LS is going to fit around my inner tubs. But it's just a mock-up, but it'll be fun to kind of finally see this truck in truck form. So I'm getting ready to get this core support ready for assembly, and I come across something else, which you do. It's part of the game. It's part of old trucks. I can't explain what happened because it was before me and I didn't do it, but somebody welded in these headlight. They're not really buckets because the headlight bucket goes on them, but the headlight bumps. They're fully welded in. I don't know how well you can see, but I was grinding on them and I thought I'll bring you along. Then these corner pieces that go in, I'll show you at the end of the week where they go and how they go in. They were just pitted worse than I liked. It looks like somebody had them sandblasted. They primed and painted right over the top of them. That's fine. They didn't sand things, hand sand, get the bumps out. I had to do some hammer and dolly work on it. I didn't bother with that. But I wanted to show you what's going on here with this. They had welded all the way around here. This bucket's welded in on both sides. They did a nice job welding. They just left all the weld behind. You probably would never see it, but I don't like that. So, plus it gives it a place for dirt debris to get inside and around all them weld bumps and create rust. What actually brought my attention to it was the fact that there was a rust ring around both of these, on inside and out. Well, that seemed odd, and at closer inspection, I see it's welded up. Now, there's a bunch of little beads. This is kind of a nice spot, but I wanted to show you where I'm at. Take 5-10 minutes and do this. All right, going to be a little noise, but I'm going to knock off the rest of this weld right here. Flatten these off, and we'll get to painting on this. Get it ready, prepped up. Here we go. All right, that was, got a little bump here. Good enough, I think. One more. All right, that's how long it took me to do, 2 inches. And I had to do that around both buckets. So you have an idea just the time it took to get that going. Then I got to paint, excuse me, more noise. I got to blow it off. Wonder why there's so much dust in my shop, eh? All right, done with that. So now I want to get into, I ain't going to bother you with it, but I'm just using my classic old Rust-Oleum, Exo Rust, whatever you want to call it, 2-part epoxy paint. You need to have a hardener in it. Now you're going to ask me, well, you didn't prime that first. Believe me, not necessary with this paint. I'm not saying you should. Oh, I was going to wipe it off. I'm not saying you shouldn't prime first. Maybe you guys would prefer to. I know what the book says. I know technically you're supposed to, but I've done enough of this to tell you it's going to stick. Not a problem. I was going to wipe this off first. Cheap brush is always losing bristles. Good idea. I know I blew it off, and you see a lot of people, that's all they do. But it's just better if you come around it one time over. It just takes a second. Some of that dust doesn't just fall off. Can't just blow it off. So I generally take a once over with a claw. That's as far as you guys will come out. I don't know if you can see it where the camera's at. I'll move a little bit. But you can see here, he had it sandblasted. I know he primed it. There's primer under all this paint. I don't mind the pitting down here so much. A little rust showing right there already. This is a little wavy, so it needs a little, I should have I'm going to dolly that real quick too. But you can see where the paint's peeling off right here. It needs cleaned off. Now this paint is not going to be perfect. Again, you're not going to see this part at all. But just in case your peepers get in there and you get a little sideways look at it and you're like, well, what's going on in there? You want it covered with paint just so it don't rust anyway. Makes for a better project. It looks nice. It's more refined. So I'm going to paint the top of this. Wait, I got it laid sideways. This side and the top side, and I'm going to let it set for 2 days if I can stand it. Knowing me, I won't. But 2 days is good for this to really cure up good. Get another, I might even 2-coat this part. I don't know. But I wanted you guys, when you come back for my weekend show and you see me putting this in the truck, you can think back, oh, yeah, I seen that midweek. It's just something fun that you don't normally see with me. You just talk about my work and not show you. I kind of enjoy this, to be honest with you. It's relaxing. You paint something with a 1-inch brush. My dad told me when I was just a kid, when he retires, his dream is to paint an entire house with a 1-inch brush. He never did it. He's definitely retired now. Because it sounded like more fun than it was. Oop, about spilled my paint. Anyhow, I'm going to give everything a once over. It's all been kind of scrubbed up with, I don't remember what I used, 120 maybe? 220? Maybe it's 220 sandpaper I had on my. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's going to get a coat of paint all the way around. We don't want it rusting on us. We don't want it looking garbage. So then I know what I'm up to this week. Next time you see this, at the end of the week when I do my regular video, and I put this in, you'll be one of the few people that saw what went into this and how I had to grind around those. Everybody else would just see me putting in a good part and never realized it had been worked on the bottom and around these headlight things. Thanks for coming along. See you, I don't know, Saturday or Sunday. All right, I gotta go. Gotta go around here.